One of my favorite times to be able to talk to Cheryl Weber. We get together and talk on air about what we're doing around the world through Crossroads Relief and Development. And today when we talk to you, we come to you with the idea of sustainability, not only how we can go in, which we do at times where there's crisis or there's some type of earthquake or flood or typhoon like we've seen. But you know, when you get down to it, outside of those important initiatives, we really are about sustainability. And today we can talk about what we're doing in Turkana, Kenya, and the sustainability of water.
Yeah, you know what, I think when you hear, people hear about things going on around the world, and I think we just get overwhelmed sometimes, you know, that it just keeps happening. People keep dying, they keep starving. And in Turkana, this has been the problem where people have been without water. They've been in a cycle of drought. So every time they seem to get out of it where there's rain, they go back into drought again. Feeding programs are always there. And so in 2011, there was the worst drought in decades in West Africa, sorry. And so we went in there and we made a difference. And what we ended up doing after that is saying, you know what? These people are always dependent on food aid. Like, this isn't right, and we need to end it because we're really not about just feeding people and then leaving them again to another cycle of drought.
Right.
So we came up with a plan. It's our most technical plan we've ever done, and we found a way to drought-proof them for life, and we're in the middle of that right now, John. We have planted the first harvest. I'm not going to tell you anymore because I'm going to bring an update after we see the piece.
All right, so let's go to the piece, and we'll come back and have a further conversation.
Turkana, northern Kenya. A place of endless heat and desert. At first glance, it seems nothing can live here. But beneath the dry surface is life, nutrient-rich soil.
And you see, it's a very nice, kind of a loamy clay soil, and it's loaded with nutrients, actually, you know, especially because we're close to the river here, so there's a lot of river silt.
This soil has tremendous potential to grow a variety of nutritious crops.
You know, you've got your maize, you've got sorghum, which is a common staple grain here. You've got, you can grow potatoes, sweet potatoes, every kind of vegetable you can imagine, fruit trees, papayas and mangoes and guavas, and you can grow watermelons and onions and just, you name it.
Unfortunately, much of Turkana's rich soil stays dry, never reaching its potential to yield abundance. With less than 10 inches of annual rainfall, most farmers like Anna watch their crops die year after year.
She works hard in her farm because this is her only source of food. And so that drives her to work every day in this garden, with or without water. This is where she has to keep struggling.
Like so many farmers, Anna is hardworking and determined. She dug this canal system by hand, desperate to tap into a water source. Sadly, her farm won't yield much due to the lack of rainfall.
Maybe 2 weeks without water, and this corn is going to look like some of the other corn we've seen. It's going to shrivel up, it's going to die, and people again will be defeated and disappointed because they have not been able to harvest a crop.
That's why Crossroads and its partner Glory Outreach Ministries engaged Engineering Ministry International's expertise in designing an irrigation plan that will empower Turkana farmers with a sustainable solution.
What we're doing here is trying to create a design for an irrigation project that will help people to become self-sufficient by growing crops of food that will have drought-resistant gardens and always have a consistent supply of water.
Harnessing the power of the sun and building a network of solar panels, water tanks, and pipes, hundreds of acres of farmland will be irrigated on a consistent basis. Once completed, more than 1,200 families will be established with quarter-acre garden plots and will be drought-proof and food secure. A future that is hopeful and bright.
When my crops turn out, it makes me happy. And imagine these families, you know, when they have crops that they can harvest, imagine the joy, imagine the singing and the dancing and the praising to God that's going to result when people are able to harvest their crops for their families.
Will you be part of bringing life to this desert land and giving farmers and their families hope? Visit crossroads.ca and give life.
You know, Cheryl, when people give to Crossroads, Crossroads Relief and Development, they give a special gift to help us with production costs in a media fund. When they give a best gift to a ministry offer like we're doing right now with Pulling Back the Shades, it really all goes to this incredible cause that allows us to do what we believe God's called us to do. Big picture here is we're about reaching people with the love and compassion of Jesus Christ. And this effort is really inspiring to me because this is staged. This is not just one, but many more particular initiatives that will come out of Turkana because of this work.
Yeah, actually, so I promised you an update.
Sure.
And you know, a lot of times when people give, you know, they wonder like, where did that money go? And there's that disconnection because they can't go to Africa and see it. So one of the things that we're really committed to do is bringing back reports and bringing you there and showing you where your money went. And so today I'm really excited to be able to show you some pictures of the very first gardens being planted in Turkana now. We've been working on this for 2 years and we are ready to go. Solar powered wells,
There you go.
tank stands, and look at the green in the desert, John. We talked about streams in the desert. Look at that green
That is
starting
exactly
to come
what
out.
it is, yeah.
And Chester, he is there this week. Chester Van Heusen, who works with us, he
Yes.
sent me these pictures and he said he's training them on water use and planting techniques. He's there to help them, you know, with this first crop. And we're so excited to see the harvest. I hope to go, you know, in the next few months, hopefully, to see people dancing and celebrating and eating and having their very first harvest. This is the first of 10 gardens.
That's important.
And
You're
they're
saying
huge.
it's one of 10.
One of 10. So we have a long way to go, but the first 130 families are now getting ready for their first harvest in the next few months. And you know, you can do 4 harvests a year in Africa.
Yeah.
Just because it's always warm.
always there,
right?
it's near the
totally
equator,
foreign
yeah.
to us here
Yeah.
with all this snow, but
Right now, yes, that's true. But we do have beautiful summers for sure.
Yeah.
And great earth to grow. But Chester, isn't it great to see while Chester isn't farming in Canada, he's over farming in Kenya.
Exactly.
And pouring himself into the lives of
He
those
loves it.
people. You can help us on this project if you're led to do so by going to 100huntley.com, making a secure online donation. Or Cheryl, folks can call 1-800-265-3100 and make a gift if they're stirred to do this. And again, we're about sustainability. We want to help in crisis, and we'll be there as the Lord allows us. But we also want to help train folks there in how to be sustainable in their crop growing, and that's exciting.
Yeah, it's all about giving them dignity, right? Nobody likes to be dependent on anyone else. And so when we can give people that power to be good dads, where they don't have to feel like anymore that they're a failure as a dad or a mom who's watching her kids die, we want to make that difference. And actually, you know, John, I'm just here to say thank you. There's so many of you who've given faithfully, and we've been so appreciative of that. And this is what you've done. You have done this. And so hopefully today, if you're watching, you feel that reward that comes with being able to make a difference in the world.
We appreciate you, Cheryl Weber. Let's do this. God bless you. Let's continue on for the glory of God. We appreciate it.